Yes, they are salmon. You're right. You're absolutely right. I like my shorts. They are my casual shorts. Now I'm a little nervous. I should have planned this a little bit more. I should have talked to Chat GPT or something. I don't know if anybody's interested or not, but I started reading uh, a couple books in January. I thought it'd be a great idea after finishing these books to start like a live virtual book club. There's two books that I'm reading right now, Bible, the Old Testament, which I think is such a fantastic book. And that's coming from somebody that, was in Christianity pretty hardcore whenever he was young and then sort of fell out of it and then decided that I knew nothing about it. So why not read it? I feel like if you do claim to be a Christian, you should read the book. So I wanted to see what the big deal was, and you can kind of understand. There's no boogeyman, you know what I'm saying? Like there's questions in there that was answered for me that I didn't think that I could get from that. And it took just picking up the book and opening it up and reading it. I think the book of Job was such a great book, and I think that a lot of people could benefit not even just from reading the Bible, but just from reading in general. I mean, there's so many great books out there that I feel like we could get so much out of, and I just kind of wanted to share that. I didn't know if anybody else was possibly interested in it, and we could do live videos here where, you guys come in and we can talk about it, and I don't have to talk to absolutely nobody. This is super awkward. I don't know if I like this or not. I don't know if I am ready for any of this. I'm probably just in some weird little manic state that I always get into, and instead of taking my shoes off, I decided why not just start a silly little virtual book club. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to start in the New Testament. I'm really excited actually to start that book. I'm in Ezekiel right now, so maybe, if anybody is interested, you guys can contact me and reach out, and we can start this bad boy. I'm also I don't really know how much anybody cares about what books I'm reading. I sound pretentious as shit when I talk about it, but I don't like talking about the books that I'm reading for some reason. But I'm also reading this psychology, this college book about psychology, just to kind of get a better understanding of our brains. I do hair for a living, so you guys kind of treat us like these unlicensed therapists that we're not, and I feel like I might as well just get a good understanding of that. So I'm almost done with that as well. I'd love to talk about that too. That psychology fascinates me a lot, and that's why I'd kind of like to get into books like you know just because we're doing the New Testament doesn't mean that this is some kind of Christian based experiment that I want to do. I'd like to get into a lot of different books. I'd like to get into the book Sapiens that basically tells about the human history as a whole. Chaos, which is about MK Ultra. I'd like to talk about books on death and all kinds of things that I think that have been interested to me and maybe has helped me heal after after being around for 40 years, kind of making me renewed, make me understand some of the ways, the reason why people are the way that they are, make me realize that I am the way that I am. I don't know. It's something. It's something to ponder on. We're all about to have some seasonal depression here soon. So why not pick up a book, especially something like the New Testament, which has such great messages. I'm looking forward to hearing about Jesus Christ. Ever since those bracelets came out, what would Jesus do? I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I guess we just kind of know his story a little bit, but do we really, really know it? Do we know it as well as we think we do? And I don't think we do. I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people miss the point. And like I said, I think if you're going to, I've talked to a few people in my chair and they're interested in reading the Bible. So I figured this might be the best way to, this might help. And like I said, if, when those people ask me, about reading it, I ask them, are you a Christian? And most of the time they'll tell me yes, and I'll say, yeah, then you should read the book. You should read the book that you believe in. So that's where I'm at right now. This is my first little live video. Take it for whatever you want to take it for. I could change my mind totally next week. I don't know. Hopefully I can get maybe a little good. It'd be fun to have a nice little feedback and see what people think. Um, I'd love ideas. This is just me brainstorming, to be honest. I made a couple social media pages just so I can post them on there and stuff like that. I think it'd be fun that maybe in the future, somebody wants to read it and they can, go to that and see what's helped me. A couple things that has helped me is, while reading the Old Testament, which is incredibly hard to read. I just finished Ezekiel and we've gotten back into how big the dang temple is, how big this new temple is. And we're hearing all kinds of cubits and, all kinds of measurements and all that stuff. And ugh, sometimes it can be a little grueling, but within all that, there's a really great message in there. And I'd love to talk about it more with everybody. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Maybe we can figure some stuff out for ourselves. Like, I'm on Ezekiel. I'd like to start this with the New Testament. I'm not done yet. I'd like to finish with that psychology book that I'm reading. Um, and then after that, we can get started. I'm hoping to do like two books at a time. And then I'd like to set a goal to at least try this out for 6 months. Even if I'm just talking to myself, I don't care. I think it'd be fun. It keeps my mind at ease and calm. And we all could use a little bit of calmness and ease in our minds. So I'd love to hear your ideas. I'd love to hear your thoughts of the ideas. Tell me if it's dumb. It probably is dumb. I've been back and forth on making this video. I've got a name. It's a dumb name. Um, it's a work in progress. I think it's kind of cool. It's called Dumb Man's Book Club. I'll share the Facebook pages here in a little bit, and then we can see where it goes from there. If you have any questions, if you'd like to talk about the Old Testament, please hit me up because I freaking love talking about it. It's a lot of fun. It's wild. The the contrast between then and now when it comes to, you know, how those people acted in the Old Testament and how Jesus treated them. Or not Jesus, I'm sorry, God, how God treated them. We're not in Jesus yet. That's the New Testament. So yeah, I'm gonna finish cleaning up here. I want to keep talking about it. Message me again, like I said, if you guys have any ideas. I can get up to 6 people on here, so we could totally do this, as a one-on-one session, me and 3 other friends. I think it'd be a blast. I think it'd be cool to get everybody kind of together and then we can all do it together. So if you've decided that you want to start on the New Testament, if you decided that you wanted to get into the book, I know jack shit about it. So don't think that I'm going to have any answers for you because like I said, Dumb Man's Book Club. I know nothing, but I'd like to learn. And YouTube and Grok has really helped me out with that. I've been talking to my wife about how I would love to go back to school, and that's just not an option for me because of how expensive school is. So, why not get a diploma off the internet? Why not, go to YouTube University and learn from there and actually pick up a book and quit acting like I know what I'm talking about sometimes, because sometimes I like to do that. So, going to get home to my kids, gonna get home to my wife. Love you guys. Um, Peace.